Back live. What is up, guys? What is up? So, if you were on earlier, 22-mile bike ride. I mean, we did a 22-mile run. After the 22-mile run, we did a 50-mile bike ride on stream, right? And then after that, now we're eating. So my post-workout is always, after a big run, is always going to be a cheat meal. So during other times of the week, probably not. But now I'm taking Lumi and General Tso's chicken. Because essentially, after doing that amount of output with 22 miles on the bike, you think the calories burnt, and then you think about the output on the bicycle. When you do the math, one of these plates is actually just about perfect in the calories. Oh. Then we'll get ready to wake up. And in the morning, later on, we're going to stretch tonight and do some mobility work. And in the morning, it's a full body workout. A full body workout. Now, if you're doing your endurance training, as a hybrid athlete, this is what you want to do. If you're doing your endurance training, but you also want to lift, you need to make sure that the zone 2 that you're doing for your endurance does not interfere with your weightlifting. So because I sip on carbohydrates and keep my glycogen full, the next morning, I'm going to have myself 12 hours of rest or so, and I'll be able to go into a full body weight training routine. So, a lot of people ask me, they're like, with that much running, how come, won't you lose a lot of muscle? Well, you can. The way to preserve muscle as you're running is to make sure your glucose levels don't drop too low and you don't spike your cortisol. So preparatory nutrition and carbohydrates as you run is vital if you want to continue to improve in hypertrophy as an endurance athlete. So, if you're a natural athlete, right, like I am, do not underestimate hybrid training. You want to be able to run, you want to be able to do calisthenics, and you want relative strength. Well, right. You want relative strength, right? So, the relative strength and high aerobic capacity, that's what's going to separate you as an athlete. You want to be able to run, you want to be able to swim, and keep in mind, that's a good question. I do, right now, I'm probably lifting weights 3 or 4 days a week. I focus mostly on compounds and carries and stuff. Welcome to the chat, brother. We just finished a 22-mile run and a 50-mile bike race. So post-workout, 4,000 calories. So we burn about 3,500 calories during the workout. And now this meal with the Chinese restaurant is 4,000 calories. So I can eat this and still be in a deficit and lose body fat. So this is my cheat meal of the week. Now, if you see me on my normal food in my channel, you know I'm typically eating fruits, veg, lean meat, ground beef, all that. After a long run, you put a lot of stress on your body. Guys, I just ran 22 miles barefooted. I just documented on YouTube. Look at my last live. I literally documented it for 4 hours. 22-mile run and a 50-mile bike ride. That's the perfect time to have a cheat meal. After you put yourself through that much stress. Now, I'm not sore. I've been training doing stuff like this for a long time. I'm an endurance athlete. So I tell you guys, when you build up your work capacity, it was 3,500 calories burnt during the workout over 4 hours. I'm burning close to 1,000 calories an hour between running and cycling. A lot of output. Now I'm drained. Physically, I feel fine, but that's when you want to restore your glycogen. So the glycogen is the differential. I'm able to hold 220 pounds and still do endurance activity. Now, if I didn't eat carbs and glycogen, I'd shrink down to about 180. Without glycogen, I go down to about 180, 190. And my largest when I was powerlifting was 300. And look at my channel, I've documented all this. Look at my old Videos, look how poofy I am. Look how poofy I am in the face. Right? Mm-hmm. Start a poll. I just ran 22 miles and biked 50. And socks and bike 450. Wow. Bullshit. Ad. Okay. Start poll. There you go. There you go. There's the poll. Yeah, if you think that's bullshit, just look at the video in my last. I literally just put it, but I don't edit. When I do a 4-hour stream, I'm not going to edit it. That's just me. I'd woke up and I did about a 6-mile warm up. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to stream a 20-mile run. So I streamed it. And then afterwards, we had 25 thumbs ups and 256 people throughout the stream. Not all at once, but coming in and out. And I was like, okay, well, we'll do a 50-mile bike ride. Because you guys remember, I'm an endurance athlete. I have decent endurance. But I also ate a lot of food yesterday, and I kind of prepped myself for a long endurance day. I'll shout out over here. This is my favorite restaurant because Miss Wendy is a local business owner. So I typically try to find local business owners in my area. And if I'm gonna eat something, try to support local businesses, guys. Always support local businesses. Local entrepreneurship is the backbone of America, brother. You know what I mean? And every time I go somewhere, people flood in the restaurant. Like if I go get my hair cut, there's no one in there, and 4 people show up. I go to a restaurant, no one's there, 6 people show up. For some reason, wherever I go, people show up. No. I don't say that arrogantly, it's just my observation. You are a bundle of energy, always on the go. That is true to me. I just did 22 miles barefoot in a 50-mile bike ride for 4 hours. I'd say I'm a bundle of energy. Then I locked my keys in my car. Luckily, I have a friend, Miss Lisa. Look at my Facebook post, Miss Lisa Goss. She has a state record for female. She's probably one of the best female endurance athletes I've met in Georgia. At 60 years old, she's pretty good. Me and her have the same issues. We're negative buoyant. We have thicker bones. So me and her, we do good on our run and the bike, but the swim is what kills us. So we got to make up time in our swim. I need to cut 50% off my swim time. If I cut 50% off my swim time, I can qualify for an Ironman. What's up, bro? Kabina Nirko Amoa. What's up, brother? We just finished a 22-mile run. Barefooted. And then a 50-mile bike ride. Look at the last YouTube live, if you can. I documented the whole thing. Yeah. Guys, I tell all you guys, get into endurance training. We're doing good. How are you doing, brother? Welcome to the chat. We just did look at the last YouTube stream. I literally just posted and came straight here, took a little shower, and then I did a sauna for an hour and I stretched. A lot of people say that they don't have time to do endurance training. The difference is, like, I do that stuff instead of like going to church and doing this other stuff and having these responsibilities. I set time for my endurance training. Trust me, if you've never ran 50 miles and you want to find God, don't go to church to find God. Go to a 100-mile race. You'll find God when you run for 100 miles without stopping. Run for 20, 30, 40 miles without stopping. You'll find out more about yourself and God from a long 50-mile run than at church. Trust me on that. Want to find God, do stuff hard. That's my opinion. It is what it is. Oh, you're from Ghana? That's cool. Sure. Yeah, that's what I tell people, man. If you're like, look at the Kenyans. The Kenyans are the best runners in the world. I would never want to. If I show up to a race and there's a Kenyan, I'm like, they're elite runners, but I can keep up with them. They're just lighter bone structure. I beat them in the sprints, but they beat me in the long runs. They're just built for it. It's their genetics, man. They're a history of long distance runner, like the Tarahumara Indians. They're just built different, man, the way their VO2 capacity is. Mine's pretty damn good. Like, I'm top 10% in the country in my VO2 capacity, I guarantee it. Right? I know. I got people from Kenya, UK, China, United States, Great Britain. Yeah, just come into my chats, like, comment, share. Just know I'm a veteran. I'm a diehard patriot. I support Trump, right? I was a friend of Charlie Kirk, and I love my country. So if that bothers you, go to another channel. I don't care. I do not care. I don't do this for money. This is document. Wise words of the day. Socrates, know thyself. Yep. Until you know yourself, you'll always be lost, dude. Want to go find yourself? Go outside and go walk for 24 hours straight. Go 12 hours one way and then come back. Pull yourself out from the media, dude. That's where you'll find yourself. That's what I did. Jesus went into the desert. Buddha went into the desert. The Dalai Lama went into the desert. Everybody goes to the desert and isolates themselves to find God. That's what you want to do. You want to find the divine? That's how you do it, baby. Come to my channel, like, comment, share. I've been doing videos and streams for 11 years. So we're shifting into endurance training. So although I used to bodybuild and I used to be really large, we've shifted into endurance training. If you always beg for someone to do something, you look really weak. So instead of begging, just ask, and if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. You just coming into a stream and begging just shows a lot of weakness. I may say, give me a thumbs up, continue to do it, but I'm supposed to do that. Come into the chat. You know how many bots come into these chats that I ignore? I don't know if you're a bot. You could be a scammer. So am I just going to be your friend? No. Come to 10 of my streams. Once you come to 10 streams, maybe. That makes sense. Don't mistake kindness for weakness, my friends. The most vicious, savage people you know are calm, cool, and collective. Remember that. Look at the last stream. 22-mile run, 50-mile bike ride. All right, that was my Sunday. So he asked me, where do I get my confidence from? Because I do a lot of shit other people can't do. When you can do stuff other people can't do, you carry yourself a little different. Shout out to military, shout out to police, shout out to teachers, shout out to the blue collar workers, shout out to the truck drivers. Mm-hmm. Whew. Now the good thing is, now that all my endurance training is done, I can go home and just work on the computer for about 3 or 4 hours, knock out some certs, knock out some runs. We are in the United States, brother. We're in the southeast region of the United States. Southeast. Yeah. So, all right, KYBina, how old are you and what brings you to my chat? What value are you looking to gain from my chat? Always ask that, people, because if you're a bot, you're unable to answer that. And if you're a bot, you're unable to answer personal questions like that. It's against the programming. Been streaming for 11 years, guys. Well, technically I've been on YouTube for 11 years. I didn't start streaming until this year. The moment I started streaming, my channel started blowing up. We're almost halfway monetized. So help me get monetized so y'all can give me super chats. Once y'all can give me super chats, I'm gonna collect them and I'm gonna put that money back into the economy in good places. Try to donate it to teachers or veterans or military or police. Those are the people that run the country, dude. You have no idea what the blue collar people have to deal with in this social and fascist regime. It's amazing they continue to push. It shows you the strength of the American spirit and how it shows you why we established a 1776. It shows you the spirit of the American people and how America will continue to fight until its last breath. Trust me on that. I'm not the biggest and strongest, but what I have is endurance. I can go all day. Hence the 22-mile run and the 50-mile bike ride. I can run for days. Days. Not being arrogant. I'm just telling you, that's the people that my community consists of. Some of them are recovered drug addicts, some are veterans, but at the end of the day, they're people who have a unwilling mindset to persevere. Their cerebral cortex, the cerebral cortex is the part of your brain that processes. They have programmed their brain to not. Why did you say I'm 29 years old, please? Why are you putting please at the end of your sentence? That sounds like something that is there. Okay, what do you study? You're a student? That's good. What do you study? Are you using ChatGPT and OpenAI? Are you using different things to make text, or are you a real person? I'm a pattern recognition guy. I read patterns for a living, guys. That was so good. Always a pleasure. Love eating with Miss Jenny. Thank you, Miss Jenny. Leave her a tip because she is awesome. Take back your sauces. I don't need them. Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration. Good for you. Good. Nothing wrong with an arts degree. We need art, but science and math is where it is. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. But we still need artists. There's still a need for artists in the world. You need people to, that's why I play music, right? You got to create something for the world. If you're a mechanic in business, that's great, but with music, that's something else. Yeah, that's good. Continue to study. Continue to study, man. Just try to do something that makes the world a better place. Happiness comes from serving others, not serving yourself. Nothing wrong with making money, but if you're just serving yourself and not serving others, you may become wealthy, but you'll be poor in spirit. As Bob Marley once said, some people are so poor, all they have is money. Yep. All right, guys. That was food. God bless. See you next time. Nope. I care nothing about that. Come to my YouTube. That's where I